Is it time for the Chicago Bears to fire head coach Matt Eberflus? Let's talk about it, people. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. And if you are a fan of the Chicago Bears, and folks, it is quite possibly the worst time in history to be a fan of this team. But if you still are somehow, man, please do subscribe to the channel, support the channel. I do talk NFL in general as well. But yeah, hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I drop a new video, and might as well follow me on my social media platforms, guys. Twitter, X, Insta, all that good stuff. All right, so let's talk about this. All right, let's talk about this. You see the question here. We got to ask it. Is it time for the Bears to give Matt Eberflus the boot? Get him out of here. Is it time? And look, before I answer the question, let me just tell you guys that if you guys have known me from watching my channel all these years, I have never been the panic type of guy. I've never been the guy who just reacts and just makes these, rush decisions, and I go out and I just, completely lose it emotionally. I try to be very calm, collective, cool, and, assess everything properly. No reason to panic. We can handle everything. Like, I try to be that guy. All right? That's my MO. That's the type of person I am usually, okay? Even in the most stressful situations, I try to be the calm one in the room. But in this instance, hit the panic button. Hit the panic button. Wherever it is, Ryan Poles, hit that button. Because the Chicago Bears are the biggest laughingstock in the NFL currently. The biggest laughingstock. Folks, there are four teams that are 0-3 right now. The Bears, the Broncos, the Vikings, and the Panthers. But yet only one of those four teams is considered the absolute joke and the laughingstock, and that is the Chicago Bears. Make no mistake about it. The panic doesn't have to do just with the 0-3 record. In fact, it's not even that bad, because we're talking about the first 3 games of the season. You still got 14 more. We have seen crazier things happen. Plenty of teams that have started 0-3 have made the playoffs. Maybe not plenty, but there's been teams, all right? It is not a death sentence. So why am I treating it like it is? Because not every 0-3 team is equal. We took a look at the Minnesota Vikings, and as much as, again, being a division rival, you want to make fun of the Vikings, everyone knows, hey, that offense is legit. Justin Jefferson's a stud. Kirk Cousins is solid. Jordan Addison looks to be a nice young receiver. They got T.J. Hawkinson, who's a beast. Like, that offense is really good. The defense is just terrible. Like, they're going to start winning some games. That's not a bad football team right there. All right? They're just having some bad luck. Panthers, young football team, rookie quarterback. You kind of expect them to be bad. Growing pains, the receiver's not good. Not a lot of talent on that team. Totally get it. The Denver Broncos, look, new head coach with Sean Payton. They definitely should be better. And yes, they got embarrassed last Sunday, losing to the Dolphins, as the Dolphins put up 70 points. But the 2 weeks prior, they were very competitive. Russell Wilson's actually playing better football than last season, though that might not be a big deal. But all of those 3 teams, you can make an argument or a case for why they are 0-3, and it makes sense. The Chicago Bears are 0-3 and are non-competitive. They're non-competitive. They are just a dysfunctional, demoralized and completely garbage team right now. And that's why I believe it's time to fire Matt Eberflus. Because Matt Eberflus is not, I repeat, N-O-T, not the type of coach who is going to be able to pull the Bears out of this. I don't believe it is. If it happens, so be it. I will go ahead and chalk it up, eat crow, whatever the case may be, but I don't believe he is that guy. You need coaches in this league where you believe in their leadership and you believe in them every time they talk, and you believe in them to lead these group of men. I don't believe in Matt Eberflus at all. And that's what I'm trying to get at here, people, is I'm not trying to say, oh, you should just blow everything up and this team is trash and this is god-awful and everything needs to be scrapped. Maybe that is the case, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying that a change needs to be made because I don't believe Eberflus is going to be able to pull the Bears out of this. Like, I don't see light at the end of the tunnel, okay? That's the difference here. With the Vikings, I just mentioned to you, Kevin O'Connell, I believe in him. He's a good head coach. That Vikings team has talent. Like, you don't even see the potential here. Who on this Bears team or what part of this Bears team looks to be promising to you? The offense is complete garbage. The defense is complete garbage. Special teams, whatever, right? We have a good kicker, whoop-de-doo. Like, all facets of this team are just bad. And Matt Eberflus is a guy who I don't believe can pull us out of this. I mean, folks, Matt Eberflus is an old school defensive-minded head coach running a scheme from way back in the day that's outdated. He's got little to no charisma. When you don't believe in him, he gives the same talk every time he goes to the press conference. I mean, folks, if I didn't think it was possible for us to get a worse head coach than Matt Nagy and, the previous coaches before then with Mark Trestman and whatnot, but Matt Eberflus is worse than them. He is worse than them. Make no mistake about it. We won a division title with Matt Nagy. He won a head coaching award with Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy won a head coaching award. Matt Eberflus is not sniffing that. He is the worst record for a Bears head coach through his first 20-odd some games. This man has literally no leadership. Again, no charisma. Like, what does he bring to the table? If it's the defensive side of the football, it's not it, because the defense is garbage as well. So that's my problem here. So my answer is a resounding yes to fire Matt Eberflus, because I believe you can still salvage the season. You still can find a coach that may be able to get Justin Fields to come out of this mess and be able to pull the season together and have him, play much better. You might be able to do that with this defense, with this offense in general. You might be able to do that with this team, because on paper, this team is not that bad. All right? When you give me guys like DJ Moore, Chase Claypool, Darnell Mooney, Roshan Johnson, Khalil Herbert, and I got some guys on the defensive end as well with Yannick Ngakoue, and you can keep going. This team has talent. Last year, you got me. No talent. This team's not going anywhere. Don't care what coach you get in here. Don't care what staff you get in here. This year, it matters. It matters. And so for Ryan Poles, he needs to understand this, all right? He might get another crack at the head coach, and he might get another crack at getting a new staff in here. But there is a chance if the Bears, again, this mess continues all throughout, and the Bears finish with a terrible record again of a 3-14, a 2-15, something like that, his job could be gone. He might not get that opportunity. It really might happen. He might get canned because you hired Eberflus. You hired him. I'm sorry, you did, so you are culpable just as much as he is. Now, if you're telling me that he's got his hands tied behind his back, Ryan Poles, because the McCaskies won't let him fire Matt Eberflus, then I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you at that point, obviously, because they don't do mid-season firings. But you know what? If it gets bad enough, and it will at this rate, then they won't have a choice, because the fans and the rest of the Chicago Bears fans will stop going to the games, will stop supporting this team. Like, you got to hit them where it hurts, their pockets. I mean, they're already a laughingstock. You don't think McCaskey hear that? They're a laughingstock right now, folks. They're a joke. That is the issue here. And Ryan Poles, I don't know if he can sleep at night, because sometimes I can't, man. With Eberflus and these guys, like, maybe just having these high-paying jobs, they're totally able to sleep at night, but I seriously can't. If I was the general manager of this team, my goodness, I would just be up all night trying to figure out how to get out of this damn mess, because this is so unacceptable. So unacceptable. So to me, yeah, it sucks, because a lot of people are at fault here. Fields is at fault. Getsy's at fault. Players aren't doing their jobs. But at the end of the day, you got to make a change. You got to spark the team somehow. The way to do that is to get rid of Matt Eberflus. I'm sorry. He's just not it. He's not it. I wasn't sold when we first hired him. I thought he was a meh hire. I still think that's the case. And if you want to change things up, go ahead and get him out of here, folks. You should have hired a young hotshot offensive genius coordinator to begin with, like McVay, like a Mike McDaniel, who you didn't even interview. You should have done that in the first place. You didn't, and now you're paying for it. So yeah, maybe it's time to go ahead and do what you should have done before, Ryan Poles. So let's see what happens here, people. But yeah, I'm all out on Eberflus. I think they should let him go. That is, to me, the way to salvage the season. Otherwise, I don't see much changing, if at all. Let me know what you guys think, man. Am I crazy? Am I overreacting? Leave a comment down below as always.